How do disabilities cause poverty? Jim Downey, Washington,
Okay.
D.C.
Statement about disability causing poverty. Ultimately, I guess there is a cause and effect to it. For an example, you can look at Christopher Reeves. A lot of people don't know this, but Christopher Reeves, rich, wealthy, movie star, he had insurance, and his insurance had a cap on it. And he did not know this. And he started to realize it later on into his disability that, hey, wait a second here, there's something wrong with this. For him to get the assistance that he needed, and for people to get the assistance that you require for daily living, most of these programs are means tested, which means that you have to live in poverty. If you cannot work and you're on public assistance, you're not going to make, you're going to make $1,000 a month. And then you may get your health care, you may get some Section 8 housing vouchers, you may get some other stuff, but ultimately it's poverty level, it's below poverty level. That's what the government public assistance provides you is poverty level assistance. Keeps you in poverty. Then to maintain eligibility for these services that are essential to your daily living, such as personal attendant services, or even medical care, even daily medical care, or personal hygiene. All of these things are essential to your daily living and your ability to be able to function in society and avail yourselves of the opportunity in America. Yet for a person with a disability, for them to be able to get up in the morning and go to work and do things like this, they require these services. Yet these services are means tested and are actually, it works in such a way that if you start working, you start losing your assistance. You start losing this very assistance that enabled you to be able to start the work. You start losing your medical care. You start losing your attendant services. You start losing your personal care services. All these things you lose as you start to achieve. So if I require these services, I'm not going to be able to make enough money to purchase these services. So why am I going to even try? People are forced into poverty. People stay in poverty because the system does not afford them an opportunity to transition from a total dependency to independence. The system does not promote independence. It promotes dependence. It's based on a dependent model. As Ed used to say, it's that if we can't cure you, we'll take care of you. And everybody was out for a cure, so if they figure if you can't be cured, then we'll warehouse you, we'll take care of you. Well, where's the personal empowerment in this? Where's the individual in this? It's not a whole, no two people with disabilities are alike. It's just like everybody else in the world. They all don't need the same things. Yet, for a person with a disability to avail themselves of the opportunity, oftentimes it requires public assistance in some manner or some form, or additional assistance, whether it's public or not. The current public assistance system is set up such that you have to fail to access the system. You have to be destitute, and you have to prove your inability to function, to receive public assistance that is essential to your daily living. The system's totally skewed. It's absurd. It makes no sense. Social Security disability. To qualify for Social Security disability, then the first thing that you have to prove to anybody in Social Security is the inability to work anywhere in the economy. Inability to work anywhere in the economy. So somebody spends 2 years or longer trying to access SSDI, or spends 8 months, 9 months, 10 months trying to access SSI. They spend all this time proving to the government that they are unable, that they can't, that their disability makes it such that they cannot work anywhere in the economy. We put them on public assistance, provide them the essential services that they require, that they must have, attendant services, medical services, whatever it may be. And then we tell them, okay, now we want you to go to work. But as soon as you start working and you start making income, we're going to start cutting back on your services over here. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. There's no soft landing. There's a benefits cliff. In some programs, if you make above the substantial level of substantial gainful activity, the benefits stop completely. You lose them immediately. I mean, you lose your medical care. You know, you can lose your Medicare, or you can lose your Medicaid. You know, certain states have, states have different requirements. It's a vicious cycle.